My husband and I were estranged from his family for 2 years, and we had no idea it was happening until we were already in it. What came out of those 2 years, the estrangement, the grief, and the final meeting where we realized an apology was never coming, completely changed the way I understand families. And I want to share with you the story because it's more common than we think, which means this could be your story too. It all started with one parenting decision. Ryan and I made a call about our kid, and Ryan's parents told us they would not respect it. And for the first time in our marriage with his family, we held our no. We didn't blow anything up, but we just said, okay, well, in order for us to mind this boundary, we're gonna have to skip the holiday gathering and we'll see you afterwards. 2 weeks, that's all that we were asking for. But what happened in those 2 weeks, we never saw coming. The extended family got involved. We got phone calls, messages, and the story that was being spread about what happened. Ryan would never do such a thing. It was so far away from what we believed had happened, it took our breath away. People who had known Ryan for his entire life came to him with things that weren't accurate, and not one person, not a single person in his family didn't stop and say, you know what? This doesn't really sound like him. Not one person. That's the thing that broke Ryan the most. Not the fact that his parents disrespected us as parents, not the fact that they were telling a different version of the story, but that no one stood up for him. So he wrote a heartfelt email asking for 3 things. An apology for not respecting us as parents, an apology for pulling an extended family into something that should have stayed just between us, and an acknowledgement of the things that had been said that weren't true. And what he got back over and over again was, when can we see the kids? It crushed him. It made him feel like he didn't matter as long as they had access to our children. We had a meeting a few months in, and they talked about everything they had done for us all over the years, which was a lot, so much. But every time Ryan tried to talk about his pain, the conversation swung right back to their pain. Basically, his hurt kept getting buried under theirs. Weeks turned into months. Ryan had more conversations with his mom, just trying to find a way through this. And then the following year, right before we were about to miss the second Christmas, we all had one final sit-down meeting. And I remember that moment when I looked across the living room at my poor in-laws and I realized they were standing in the exact same place they were on day 1. We did all of this for you. How could you do this to us? 2 years. 2 years of missed dinners, missed sleepovers, holidays, ordinary moments that turn into memories, our kids growing up without their grandparents. And that was the moment that broke us wide open. Like, we weren't mad. We could tell they were in enormous amounts of pain. They were trying to figure this out. What hit us in that moment was a tsunami of grief. And we made a decision that day. We reconciled and we figured out how to heal on our own without the apology we believed Ryan so rightly deserved, because waiting for that apology was costing us way more than letting it go. That healing work was where everything changed for us. Ryan and I started learning about boundaries, what they actually were, and we discovered that we had been doing it all wrong our entire marriage without even realizing it. We had been making requests and calling them boundaries, saying, hey, this doesn't work, this has to change. And then when nothing changed, we'd say it again, we'd say it louder, we would say it with more hurt underneath. And the resentment just kept building and building quietly under the dinners, the quiet car ride homes, and we just didn't have the words for what was happening. And then when we finally held our first boundary, it detonated something we never imagined. But here's the thing that we kept coming back to. Ryan's parents, my in-laws, they're good people. They love us. They love their grandkids. They love their family. And sometimes people can't see someone else's pain when they're drowning in their own. They can't separate what they intended from how it landed. And for whatever reason, some people can't sit with someone else's hurt without immediately needing to defend themselves. And when you're on the other side of that, waiting for some acknowledgement from someone who genuinely can't give it, you can wait forever and never, ever understand why it's not coming. And that's a very uncomfortable thing to accept, but it's ultimately what finally set us free from our own suffering. And boy, oh boy, was our family suffering. Estrangement for us was pure hell. After we began the healing process, I started seeing the same rupture in my therapy office with couple after couple, family after family. It's the same pattern, just a different living room with different names. One side waiting for acknowledgement, the other side stuck in the pain, both sides loving each other, and neither one is able to reach across the gap. This is why Ryan and I started Mind Your Boundaries, so that we can help bring both sides back together. We lived this. We sat through unproductive conversations, drove home in silence. Our kids missed out on memories with his entire family for 2 years. And we came out on the other side with something that we wish someone would have handed us at the very beginning, an understanding of what's actually going on between us. We took things personally that were never about us. We actually started questioning ourselves, like, are we really the bad guys? Because the entire family was against us. We felt like we were losing our mind, just banging our head against the wall, trying to find the perfect phrase or the words to help his parents understand our experience. And before the estrangement even happened, we had no idea that we had never once set a real boundary, one that protects the relationship instead of burning it down. But now we do, and we want to help you understand the people on the other side well enough so that you have compassion for them even while they're hurting you, because understanding what drives someone is what lets you stop carrying their baggage as your own. We built this so that maybe you don't have to lose 2 years the way our family did. That's what Mind Your Boundary is, and Ryan and I are so glad you're here.